Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Chef here. Today I'm video Brawl Stars. In today's video, yes, you're seeing this triple Leon, and so sorry in advance for those of you who we played against and we just absolutely destroyed, but it was definitely super fun to play triple Leon. And yeah, this is in ranked battle and it's not in friendly, so I'll get into how we actually did this. But first of all, I'm gonna give two big shout outs to the two players that I'm playing with right now, Dragon Dog and EZA. We did this, it took us a long time, so I'll explain it later, but make sure to go check out Dragon Dog's YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel, and yeah, I'll leave a link in the description down below to his channel, so make sure to go give him a sub. His highest trophy is 14,000 trophies. Definitely a really experienced player. But how we actually did this was, I always get comments on how we did it, and I always put in the description on all of my triple brawlers is that, you know, what we did was we planned this over on Discord, and you don't have to get on voice chat, but it's much easier if you get on this voice chat. And then since we're all in like really high in trophies, we will solo queue in the same game mode. In this case, it will be bounty. And then what happens is that we will be usually stuck at 1 out of 6, and after a while the matchmaking we're not really just gonna be stuck at 1 out of 6 for like a long time. So the matchmaking will start either pairing us with low level players or pairing us with like other players who are the same level, but the only players who are at the same level are like the same brawlers. So that's why it takes a long time. And when we did this, it took us 1 hour ish, a bit more than an hour, to actually get triple Leon. So that's why, you know, big shout out to these guys for actually staying this whole time. And also after we got triple Leon, for, you know, after like an hour, we played triple Leon for like almost an hour as well. But it was super fun. It was worth it. Definitely worth the 1 hour. I would say for all of us it was worth it, just because all three of us could go invisible at the same time, and it's just the opponent couldn't know where we were. And I'm actually going to be making a video pretty soon about like, kind of like hide and seek trolling with Leon, with triple Leon. And then what we did was, what we do is a lot of times we would just like one of us get a super and then wait with the super. We don't actually use it, and then we wait until all of us get a super and we all go invisible at the same time, go to the opponent's spawn and just stay there and wait until, and then just kind of see how long it takes for the opponents to actually find us. Because what will happen is that usually what happens, the opponent would think that we're hiding in our spawn, so they'll just go check on our spawn and they'll say, oh wait, they're not there, so they must be hiding in the bush somewhere. And they'll start checking, and then yeah, eventually they'll find us. But sometimes it took them actually quite a long time. It's just super funny watching them shoot randomly and not find us. But yeah, triple Leon is just super OP, and Leon is actually the most broken brawler in the entire game, I would say. And it's probably the most OP brawler that ever came to Brawl Stars history, period. It's just so strong. Like when it first came out, I instantly knew he was gonna be so overpowered. A lot of YouTubers said, no, he's not gonna be that overpowered, he only does damage up close. And that's the problem, is that if like a brawler is super overpowered and like in one like type of situation, then all you kind of need to do is get into that one situation and he's OP. So in this case, it's Leon. Once he gets up close, he just destroys everyone. And yes, you do have to get his super first in order to get up close really fast. But you know, just getting one super, you just kind of chip down your opponent and kind of just build up that super. And once you get it and you're able to just easily get one kill, you basically have your super right back. So that's why Leon was super powered from the beginning. I knew that was gonna be super good. But yeah, thankfully they did nerf it a little bit. The nerf wasn't that great, but now since with the new update, they're actually gonna nerf Leon pretty hard. Gonna move his invisibility from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, which honestly isn't really that great. But the best part was they actually nerfed his damage finally, which he's not gonna deal as much damage, which is good because his damage output is so much for how much health he has. So thankfully they're finally nerfing him. And also it's gonna be a couple new brawlers that will be coming, hopefully. One of them I think is confirmed by Ryan, and I'm just super excited for it because I have around 500 boxes saved up on my main account. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get them. If it's like 2 or more brawlers, I don't think I'll be able to get it, just because the mythics that most likely will be coming is a mythic brawler. That's like the number one number one probability that's gonna happen, because there's only 2 mythic brawlers, and every single rarity has more than 2. So yeah, mythic probably is going to be the one of them, obviously, and then the other ones would probably be like epic, and then all the other rarities. Probably not gonna be a new legendary brawler, just because there's already one that came out last update with Leon. So yeah, my guess is gonna be mythic, which honestly is not that bad. 500 boxes. Hopefully I'll be able to get, I don't want to pull a Kairos, but yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get the new brawlers. And when they do happen, hopefully I'll be able to max them out and do some really cool gameplay with them or her. And yeah, but anyways, let's get back into the match. So right there, you're able to win, and it's just Triple Leon is so overpowered. We actually versed quite a lot of teams, like over and over again. And in the beginning, when we first started doing Triple Leon, we versed quite a lot of top players actually, because what happens is when you solo queue, you do verse up and you press play again after you solo queue with like Triple Leon, for example, and we press play again, we can verse, like, we don't have any matchmaking, so that means we can basically verse any player that is playing currently. So that means all the top players, we can match up against them. So what happens is we verse up against a lot of top players, and I guess they kind of just got annoyed of playing Triple Leon and playing against Triple Leon, and they just switch game modes, which honestly, if I were them, I would do that instantly. Even if I won, I would switch game modes, because playing against Triple Leon is so annoying to play against. Honestly, I don't know how it feels, but it must be super annoying, because when we were playing it, we just destroyed everyone. Like, they almost never stood a chance. So it was definitely super fun. And yeah, with Triple Leon, honestly, like, it's just really about getting chip damage and not going too aggressive, because in bounty, like, this is really like range based, and for this map it's actually a little better for us, just because there's quite a lot of walls for us to actually dodge the Piper Brock shots, and then we can kind of get chip damage on them, get a couple hits here and there, charge up a super, and then go invisible and kill one of them and then get back. So that's just super OP. So if you just go play randomly, like if you play like 1,000 games, most likely you're not gonna see Triple Leon, but you're definitely always going to see a Leon on a team, just because Leon is so overpowered. Even after this nerf that'll be coming up, I feel like he's still gonna be super strong, probably in every single comp, almost every single comp at least. And so just some basic tips to like kind of help you against Leon is that Leon, he's super good when he has a super, because he's about to get up close without you really knowing where they are, and they'll be just quickly destroy you. So what you do is you obviously don't want to get hit too much by a Leon, but when you can't always just not get hit by someone, because if you do that, then that means you're gonna have to play really defensively. So what you want to do is that you have to keep an eye on the Leon, and when he has a super, because that's super important, because when the Leon has a super, what they're like 99% of the time, what they're gonna do is when they use their super, at least before they use their super, they're gonna run into a bush. After they run to the bush, they're gonna use their super, and then you won't be able to know where they are, and then they're just gonna come out of nowhere and kill you. So what happens is, if you see your opponent has a super, and they run into a bush, just know that okay, the opponent basically just kind of like pretend like they did go invisible. And if they didn't, well, it's good to at least like make sure that they didn't, and then just try to shoot around you where the Leon might go to, and then always just stay in a group. When Leon goes invisible, make sure you stay with your teammates, and it's super important to do that, because yeah, if you stay with someone else and the opponent Leon does come onto you, the chances of both of you dying increase or decreases, because both of you are shooting at them at the same time. And then since the Leon does have to kill both of you, he does have to like shoot a bunch more shots depending on the brawler you are. And so a lot of times what will happen is that you'll be able to actually kill the opponent Leon before all of you die. And it's also good to, like, if all three of you could stay together, because all three of you shooting at Leon, most likely Leon will just die before killing 2 people. But you do have to make sure that the opponent does have like splash damage brawlers, especially like Jessie or Penny, that you don't actually stay that close together. Just kind of be a little bit more spread out. But when the Leon does pop up, instantly group up together and try to tank for each other. Especially tank for the brawler that has, let's say, all the gems or all the stars, because you don't want them to die. That's basically some tips, and kind of some tips on playing Leon is that you don't want to go too aggressive, because a lot of times what happens is that when you do go invisible, the opponents can't see you. However, they can guess where you're gonna go, and a lot of top players, what they would do is they would kind of think of kind of pretend like they're the one that's invisible and where they would go, and then they would shoot at the spot. And a lot of times they would guess right, because what happens when you're invisible is that you think no one knows where you are, which is kind of true, but they can guess where you are. So you don't really actually dodge that much. You don't. A lot of players, they don't actually even dodge when they're invisible, just because they think no one knows where they are and they're being really sneaky. But yeah, top players, they do find ways to actually kind of guess where you are. And so what you want to do is you do want to hide in a bush, or at least go inside the bush before you go invisible, because the opponents don't know which way you came out of, and also just did you actually go invisible, because sometimes you can actually trick out your opponent by pretending you went invisible. They're gonna start shooting randomly, and then you're not actually invisible at all. So what happens when you do go invisible is that you kind of want to stay back a little bit, because the opponents are going to start shooting everywhere around them, kind of checking the area. And then after a bit, after like 2 seconds, you don't want to waste too long, because you only have 10 seconds of invisibility. After this balance shape, it's actually going to be 8. So probably wait around for around 1 or 2 seconds and then go into them, because you're not going to be expecting, because if they check a spot, they're not going to check over and over again to see if you're there. So after they check one spot, they're going to move on to another spot, checking it. And then you come out of nowhere and just kill them. And it's just super frustrating, because they already checked that spot and you weren't there. So you're going to be really more successful doing it that way. So Triple Leon on this map, it is really dominated by, like I said, long range Piper Brock, but our goal is really try to get the middle star, because the opponents do have longer range, and if they do get the middle star and they play really defensively, it's gonna be quite hard for us, just because Piper can just kind of two-shot us almost, so it's gonna be quite hard. But we don't always want to rush the middle star, and that's a problem that a lot of newer players do, is that they rush the middle star. And if you do that, the opponents most likely will always shoot at the middle star, even if there's no one there. It's just kind of like a warning shot that no one goes near the star. And if you just go for a star instantly, the Piper can just two-shot you and you're just dead. And even if you pick up the star, you're still going to be behind 1 star, because you spawn in with 2 stars. So if you grab 1 star and then you die, that means you lose 2 stars. That means you're behind a star. So kind of just back off. What we do is we kind of shoot a bit onto opponents, and until when the opponents do go behind a wall, we walk up there and grab the star and instantly back up. And with Triple Leon, it's actually really nice to pinch the opponents, because they obviously don't want to go into any of the Leons. So you're kind of forcing them into either backing up into their spawn, or if you actually do it really well, you can actually trap them inside, let's say, like a little spot where you can just trap in the corner or something, and then just finish them off really easily, because they can't really go into one of you to escape, because both of you are Leon, and it doesn't matter where they go, they're most likely going to die. And what you're seeing here right now, it's actually kind of toxic, and it's just we're just hiding. And what we did was all of us had invisibility, we all went invisible, and we just hid in the opponent's spawn. It took them quite a while to actually find us, but they did find easy. And what we did was we had to sacrifice them because we didn't want to be found, but they did find us because I guess they were just chilling the spawn, they were just checking the bushes. I did go down there because I didn't know the penny was actually gonna spawn that fast. The penny died like around 2 seconds ago, and he just spawned right away, so I didn't really expect this. So I did go down, but it doesn't matter, because Dragon Dog is able to survive and we're able to actually win. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Triple Leon. Make sure to go over onto Dragon Dog's channel to for part 2 of this. The link to the channel will be in the description down below. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what other Triple Brawlers you want to see on this channel. But that is it, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace.